Okay. Let me get over. Okay. Oh,
Hell
perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're officially. This is episode 20 of Good Clean Talks, and we are. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, we our first official video podcast.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
So
I like this.
aliens and shit, man.
Bashar.
I
mean, I pretty much. Yeah. I don't. I mean, obviously, there's some doubt with stuff like that, but it's the only thing that really makes sense.
Let's explain what Bashar is.
Shit like that. Yeah.
Bashar is the name of an entity that lives on a planet that's couple thousand light years away, that channels the entity's past life, which exists on this Earth. So the guy's name is like Daryl or something, and he channels this entity called Bashar, and he he tapes his interactions and talks to people and takes questions and stuff while channeling, and this channel gives us answers to all kinds of shit. This the race that he channels, they exist in the future, and they have all this knowledge of the past, and they're like these enlightened beings. So they have all this knowledge of Earth and everything, and they maintain contact with us. And hang on one second. That's weird.
What?
I don't know the audio levels. It'll be fine.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Recording this live, no editing or anything, so it's bound to be technical difficulties. Anyway, so Bashar talks about all kinds of shit from fucking the gray aliens to Bigfoot and shit. Oh shit! Hang on a second. Oh, what? Make a noise real quick.
Ooh. Yeah, that was really fucking loud. Actually,
okay.
Maybe is it because they're
Right.
too close together? I might just keep mine over here just in case.
Okay, yeah, no. Alright, it is recording. I don't know. I found this loose wire. I don't fucking know. Dude, I've only done 20 podcasts.
Only 20.
I've done more.
But yeah, so this guy, he channels an entity that's basically not technically in the future, because you're talking about how time works compared to how we perceive it, compared to how
Go and listen to his videos. His name is Bashar, Bashar. He can explain it a lot better than we can, but it's some interesting shit. How everything kind of connects. He says that life existed, long before humans did, and that a race called the Anunnaki came here and pretty much mixed their DNA with the hominid species that was evolving, that later evolved into Bigfoot. But because some of the species didn't get altered, it evolved into Bigfoot, and we evolved into humans because we're mixed with alien DNA pretty much. And after a while, they pretty much withdrew contact from us. And there's a lot of evidence of them existing in Egypt. Actually, everything that Bashar was talking about using humans to help with mining for materials, and becoming companions with them, and being almost seen as their gods and everything. If you look at like Egyptian cave paintings or Egyptian hieroglyphs in the pyramids and temples and stuff, it all seems to reflect similar things.
Yeah, that we have some sort of hierarchy, or that there's some sort of royal family that started basically out of fucking nowhere.
Typo negative blood is what they kind of said that it was. People with typo negative blood have more like Anunnaki DNA or more Anunnaki blood in them or whatever. The interesting thing though, in another Bashar video that I don't know if you saw or not, they were talking about the Anunnaki were more like lizard-like.
Yeah, where we get the whole reptilian type of thing from, where a lot of people,
And a really interesting thing is very, very recently. Okay, so they've been saying that 2015, 16, and 17, there's a time of awakening, that humans are gonna come into some crazy awareness that we've never experienced before, and we're gonna really know where we've come from and know where we want to go and really awaken, and the Earth is going to come out with all this, negative purging stuff, and we're all gonna get all that negativity out and cleanse and go into a new age of positive enlightenment.
I mean, it makes sense too, considering I'm pretty sure in 2012 that's when literally a new age started for us. When you're talking about like astrologically.
So the funny thing is, very recently I saw. Do you know who Graham Hancock is?
Yes.
Yeah, Graham Hancock is a journalist, and he hangs around a bunch of archaeologists and anthropologists and stuff, and knows a lot about ancient humans, and has some pretty crazy theories, like humans existed long before we like science says that they existed. He recently posted on his Facebook an article about a cave painting in Egypt.
Okay.
That has a handprint of a lizard, of a reptile, on the cave. Like, first they thought it was tiny humans, and then they really analyzed it, and they're like, no, this shit's reptilian. Then like why would Egyptians take
a reptile
like an alligator or some shit, and put it up to the cave and make a print of its prints.
Yeah.
And I think that correlates a lot with the ancient humanity. Also, what we were talking about with the chambers underneath the Sphinx.
Oh yeah. All that
shit's been covered up by the Egyptian government and archaeologists and stuff. Like back in the 1920s, there was some major shit done to the Sphinx. Look all this up.
And they may not even know what exactly it is that they're hiding. They just know that they're hiding something that they don't fucking understand. Basically,
it's some really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
They covered up the door. There was an entrance to the chamber. They like paved over it and made it as if it wasn't there. But we've got like seismographs or whatever, or fucking that we know that there's
see what's underneath. Yeah.
But nobody will like none of the government or anybody will let archaeologists actually open up the doors and go down in there.
It's because they know that they're hiding something. They probably just don't know what the fuck it is yet that they're hiding. They know that it's something that proves a lot of things wrong. But yeah, I mean, it makes a lot more sense that things like, I mean, you look at the way that we like evolved, and from our scientist perspective, and it's like, and we were around for 100,000 years. For the first 100,000 years, we barely could do fucking anything, and then from 100,000 years to, well, actually no, sorry, it's like 250,000 or something like that. But you can whatever fact check me, whatever the fuck. It's some large amount of time, and then in 30,000 years, we went from barely being able to stand up on our hind feet to what we are now, compared to 200,000 years prior. So
something had to supercharge our evolution. Something came in and influenced.
Yeah, something came in and definitely changed something, because we should still be like playing with rocks and sticks and making the wheel and learning fire and things like that. Things that we learned 200,000 years ago, or not 200,000 years ago, 30,000 years ago, that basically we just snowballed into what today was. But before that, there was no life moved much slower. So I could definitely, it makes a lot when you understand and things like that. It just makes it a lot more easier to grab hold of an idea which most people would think would be conspiracy or something, when it makes a lot more sense than what we know now. That humans have only been around for, our species, Homo sapiens, only been around for 10,000-15,000 years, which is not true.
No, that's far from true.
Yeah.
Well, with the Library of Alexandria, which held a lot of our history, it got burnt down.
Yeah.
So we really don't know. We had a lot of information, it all got destroyed. And the interesting thing is that all these institutions, all these schools, colleges, whatever, they've been teaching a certain set of so-called facts for a long time.
From our perspective.
Yeah, and if this was challenged, if the facts that they were teaching were proved to be untrue, they would have to go back and reevaluate their entire curriculums. All the degrees that they handed out would mean virtually nothing.
Not even that. I mean, you're thinking about, okay, yeah, well, obviously our recent, the past 200 or 300 years, we'd have to change around a lot of the things, but even 1,000 years before that, like, say that there's things in history that we based everything on the fact that we knew that this happened in history, so that this must have happened, and then this must have happened, and the next thing must have happened. Well, if the first step is completely wrong, and that's 2,000 years old, then who knows, then you're not just taking away money and like knowledge that I guess you teach people, but you're also taking away everybody's, you know, sort of like stability, I guess.
Yeah,
like
we would have to,
mental stability, where you're like, holy you know, these people, everyone has to actually question what the fuck just happened in the last, you know, 2 to 5,000 years.
We would have to reevaluate everything that it means to be human.
Yeah.
You know, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does come with a lot of negativity.
Yeah,
I think we're coming into
just hard
the age
to do as a billion people, you know, talking about. Same thing with Bashar, as he talks about how basically entities move from this singular, where we're thinking for ourselves, and that we think that, you know, being alike is you know, you got to be unique. Everyone has to be unique. Everyone's got to be different. Well, maybe things are changing now, where we realize that, hey, we're actually pretty similar. So why don't we just like kind of work on that together? And it's sort of like a hive mind type thing, where I think a lot of people, you know, you say hive mind, and people are like, no, that just means zombies, and you're this person that doesn't think for themselves, but just does what they're told. But what if you didn't even have to think for yourself, and you moved, you know, like cells in a body, basically, and
we all work together as one.
Exactly. And I think that's what's happening now, and you know, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, it's a trap," you know, we're going to end up this and that, and you know, like he was saying, like fear, you know, fear is a huge thing that kind of clogs and stops change like this, is because
I think the change is happening, and I think that there's still going to be a few people left that cling to the old ways with the old religions and stuff.
Of course,
but
old people.
Yeah, for the most part, we're all going to transition into something greater. I'm going to stop this video
Because it's straight frozen.
Yeah,
I think maybe it might not. It might not.
Might actually be recording. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna stop this video now. And if you're watching this, go to goodcleantalks.com. This is episode number 20. It's still recording. I see the light on the screen.
Young 20.
But we're good. Good Clean Talks, episode 20. To catch the rest, and well, thank you for watching.
Yeah, open your shit up, open your mind up.
Yeah,
think about other things, even if they're not plausible at all.
come over to the other end of this podcast and check out the audio, and go back and listen to the other ones, because you know we say some cool shit. Anyway, hang on, give me a minute. I'm gonna pause the. Don't be frozen. Yeah, I think recording an audio file with a video at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, head on over to Good Clean Talks and give us a listen.